everybody. Welcome back to a surprising small haul vid. I actually said last time that I probably would never haul vid up this weekend because I was actually going away for a long weekend over the bank holiday, so wasn't going to get to any boot fairs. Now that is still true. I'm a little bit, you always wonder what you've missed, because there was probably about 5 boot fairs on over the weekend which I would have liked to have gone to, but you've got to balance it up between going out and getting hauls and also having a relationship. And so we went away, but just before we went away I popped into a little shop that I frequent now and again, who get in little odds and ends. And I found a couple of little bits, nothing amazing, but a couple of fun little things. And even while I was away I found a couple of cheap little pickups, shall we say. I'll start with what I got in this little shop I go to. First thing I picked up, now I didn't know quite what the figure was, and it's not Transformers, but it's based on the old vintage Star Wars Gamorrean Guard. I thought it's such an oddity that I thought I'd pick it up anyway, and it could double up when I get my sort of man cave sorted out. It could double up as another guard in Jabba's palace, because I'm bound to get my Star Wars stuff on display as well. And it's actually from about 1991. Friar Tuck from the Robin Hood film. But as you can see, if I bring that in, if you'll focus in, that is basically the Gamorrean Guard body, but with just the green parts painted a normal flesh colour of a human, and then obviously a human head. So an odd little figure. Strange that Hasbro bothered to, Kenner in this case, bothered to reissue the same body but with just a different head on. And I'd have to say, if I was the guy that played Friar Tuck in the old Robin Hood movie, to have it that your body is the same as a Gamorrean Guard, slightly insulting maybe. But yeah, I thought it was a fun little figure, and like I say, because the actual sort of like armour plating parts and everything is the same as the Gamorrean Guard, will actually do as an odd other human guard at Jabba's palace. So I picked it up for that as much as anything. Now the next little thing that I picked up, as they do have a selection of top trumps, bits and bobs in there, I actually found top trumps from Revenge of the Fallen. So they're not bad. A couple of the cards have got a little bit of crease in that, but again, it's the sort of thing, if I picked up another set, nearly drop them, if I picked up another set at a boot fair, I can sort it out and make a good set out of the one, and it's just nice anyway to find an odd little pickup. And last thing, and I do blame Ed, Bumble Jumper 82 for this, and yeah, I suppose he is really the main person that is at fault. In amongst a collection of sort of odd figures and toys they've got in boxes and that you can have a sort through in this little shop, I found another bot shot. And if that focuses in, you'll see that it is Powerglide, and he does still all work if I don't hold it shut as it tries to transform. And if I bring that in and let that focus, you can see that he is actually in very nice condition, so not bad. And the shop did all those bits for £1.50, which, considering the bot shot alone, would set you back that anyway. I didn't really mind. It was a reasonable sort of like amount to pay for a few pickups. Now where I went away, I went up to my fiance's sisters and her fella's place over the weekend. Now they've got a comic book shop nearby, which is the usual superhero comics, a few toys, but usually a little bit overpriced and that. And although this actually isn't a toy, I am sort of quite keen on graphic novels of the Transformers and that, all the different lines. And they didn't really have any of the current issue comics, which I tend to more go for the graphic novels as a collection rather than the individual comics. But I actually found they got a second-hand section, which I'd never seen in there before because I've been in a couple of times. And I actually got Transformers Beast Wars, and it's a little bit tatty in places. There's a little bit of damage on the spine, which again, that might glue back. It's not really the end of the world. So I got Transformers Beast Wars, which is quite good. I've already read through that. It's quite a good storyline. And Transformers Volume 1 For All Mankind, which is a kind of rewriting of the storyline of G1s in a way. But good storyline and fantastic artwork in the IDW comics. Really do like these. Great storylines. I read them all in the same day I got them. Didn't take long to go through. Now they normally retail, which you'll see there, the old price, what was on it, $14.99. But because these have been read and they've got the odd little mark, but nothing major, I've got them each for $1.99. If that will focus in, yeah, $1.99. I quite happily pay $1.99 for a graphic novel any day of the week, even if they're not in perfect sort of mint condition on the covers and the odd sort of little first sort of page, really, more than anything. If I show you an example on the inside cover of For All Mankind, when you get a little bit of marking on the inside where somebody's put a sticker in there and that, a little bit of marking on the black there where something's obviously got a bit stuck in there before. But the actual pages where the storyline is fine. No marks, no tears or anything like that through the actual book. So absolutely chuffed with them. Really did like reading them as well. It makes a nice change to come across some fresh storylines. And that is one of the downsides. Some of the graphic novels, it takes a long time before they come out from the actual individual comic lines. I have got a few of the individual comic lines. I think I've got all of it anyway, the All Hail Megatron. But then I started getting them in the individual comics, and then I ended up getting them as the graphic novels anyway and built the collection up that bit quicker. But yeah, I do like the actual complete sort of package deals of the graphic novels rather than the individual comics. I get through the comics too quick. I think that's probably what it is. Bearing in mind I read both of those in one day, well, one afternoon. Anyway, that is a very small haul for this week. Hopefully I shall get to at least one boot fair next week. If the weather's good, we might be sort of selling at one, just some just odds and ends, nothing toy related. So I might only have a limited amount that I can pick up, but bearing in mind this is the same boot fair where I've found all the Prime figures, there's a good chance I might find something reasonable. But if the weather we're unsure about selling ourselves, if it looks a little bit iffy, I might get out to a few extra ones. So I just have to see how it goes. But anyway, that's my mini haul for this week. I shall no doubt see you again either for a review or a haul next. It might be the haul if I go boot fairing next weekend, because the hours I'm working this week are going to make it a little bit awkward to do a review unless it's a very short one. So I'll have to think about a figure anyway. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I shall see you again for another Transformers review or haul.